Every piece of content that you post does one of two things: builds your name or it gets forgotten. Mr. Beast, Kim Kardashian, Alex Hormozi, they all figured out that same secret. They stopped just making content and they started building an asset that makes people remember their name. I'm Ajay Kumar, author of Guru Inc., and here's what you need to know. When your name means something specific to people, opportunities chase you. Your name itself becomes the asset. Most creators make posts. Winners build their name, image, and likeness into intellectual property. Let me show you how. You've heard it 1,000 times. Just be consistent. Just show up every day. Here's the problem. If you're consistently forgettable, that's not progress. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. You could post every day for a year and still be invisible. Why? Because you're not building a cumulative asset. You're throwing rocks into a river and then watching them disappear. The superstars of our world treat social media like a construction site. Every post is a brick. If you aren't building a specific house, you're just piling up bricks in a field. The pros are building IP, intellectual property. It's a thing that turns your digital effort into something tangible, something real, something that exists in the physical world, in contracts, licensing, equity, and value. This is your personal brand. Your content isn't the product. You are. Think about Oprah. She didn't just make a TV show, she built Oprah. Ellen built Ellen. The Kardashians built the Kardashian brand. Once they built that IP, they could put their name on virtually anything. Oprah's book club, Kim's Skims empire, Ellen's lifestyle brand. Their names became the intellectual property. So ask yourself, what does your name mean to people? If someone sees your name in their feed, what do they think? Oh, that's the person who talks about X. Or nothing specific. If the answer is nothing specific, your content isn't working. If it didn't build the meaning of your name, it was a wasted post. Stop creating random content. Start building what your name means to your audience. How do you create meaning in your name to strangers? Well, you want to own a category. If your name doesn't equal something specific, you're competing with everyone. If it does, you have little to no competition. Here are some examples. Alex Hormozi has business scaling frameworks. Cody Sanchez is about buying boring businesses. Gary Vee is about crushing it on social media. They became known for one thing first. That's what gave them the right to expand later. Each one owns a specific piece of real estate in your mind. That's how influence works. People trust you in one lane before they follow you in the next. Most people are terrified to do this. They want to be everything to everyone. They have entrepreneur in their bio. They're crypto one day, fitness the next day, motivation the third. That's how you become a generalist. And in the attention economy, the generalist gets ignored. There's billions of choices out there. People want to learn from people that are really passionate and masterful in one area. The game is simple. Pick one thing, not marketing that's too broad. Try retention marketing for SaaS, not fitness. Try mobility for dads over 40. Once your name equals that one thing, then you earn the freedom to stretch into other domains, just like the people you admire. This is exactly what happened with one of my clients, Non-Toxic Dad. My team and I helped him grow from a few thousand followers on Instagram to over 1 million. He owned one clear category, non-toxic living for families. And because he stayed in that lane, his name becomes valuable to the brands playing in that same non-toxic universe. For example, he does brand deals with a company called Nads, a non-toxic underwear. They didn't just sponsor him, they integrated their brand into his ecosystem. His brand, his NIL, name, image, and likeness, made their product feel native to his audience. When your category is clear, brands don't just pay you, they attach themselves to your world because your world has meaning. So pick your category and build that association so strongly that people can't think about that topic without thinking about you. Master one lane first, and then the rest of the lanes on the highway are open. If you want people to remember you, you need frameworks people repeat. A guru's biggest secret is this: they don't just share information, they brand their frameworks, their methodologies, their systems. You want to create content that teaches people how to think, not just what to think. Alex Hormozi wrote his books, $100 million offers. Now at any business conference, you'll hear people saying, is that a grand slam offer? They're using his language. That's the holy grail. When people quote your frameworks in their daily life, Your NIL, your name, image, and likeness, and everything that's connected with it, spreads without you being in the room. Jeff Bezos has a famous quote of how he defines a brand. A brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. That's what we're ultimately talking about here. Another example is Gary Vee, document, don't create, or Tim Ferriss, the 4-hour work week. These are mental models. So look at your expertise. Do you have a specific way that you solve problems? Don't just explain it, name it. Make it simple, make it memorable. If people can't repeat your idea back to a friend in one sentence, it's not going to work as well. It's not going to be as effective. Trust doesn't happen because you post consistently. It happens because your content hits the right psychological notes. The top thought leaders follow a simple formula when they're creating content. 3 pillars that make their audience believe them every time. Pillar number 1 is industry leadership. They analyze trends. They interpret what's happening. This establishes authority. This shows that you're at the cutting edge. Pillar 2, personal perspective. Your story, your struggles, why you care. This establishes connection. This makes you feel like a real person who is practicing what they're preaching. Pillar 3, actionable insight. The how-to, something that they could do right now. This establishes value. This gives your viewer a clear way to do something right away. The mistake that most experts make when they're trying to become a content creator is that they only hit one pillar. Like if you only talk about industry leadership, you sound kind of like a news anchor. Or if you're only sharing personal perspective, kind of comes across like a diary. Or if you're only sharing actionable insights, you sound kind of like a WikiHow. The superstars, they blend all 3. They take a trend, they explain how it affected them, then they tell you how to leverage it. When you nail all these 3 consistently, your name, image, and likeness, your brand, becomes magnetic. You represent authority, connection, and value all at once. You become that go-to person in your niche. Now, if you're building your brand on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, you're building on rented land, and that landlord can kick you out anytime. And Oprah understood this in the 90s. She built Harper Studios and the Oprah Winfrey Network. Her magazine, her email list, she had her own distribution. The platforms can change. The algorithms can ban your account, or it could even go out of business. You don't own your followers on these channels, but you can own an email list. You can own physical products. You can own mailing addresses. You can own a website. Your goal shouldn't just be more views on social media. It should be how you could move those views onto your own newsletter, community, or website. The question is why? Why go through all this trouble? Why are we even talking about this in such important detail? Well, there's an end game. The end game is when your name becomes a product. Look at The Rock. If he's in a movie, people go see it. Doesn't matter what it's about. If he launches a tequila brand, people buy it. He's not getting paid for posting per se. He's getting paid because his name carries weight. His name, image, and likeness, his brand, generates revenue across movies, wrestling, alcohol, energy drinks, clothing. When your NIL is valuable enough, you stop chasing opportunities. Opportunities chase you. Now, you don't need 1 million followers to start treating your content like intellectual property. Every post that you make is that choice. Is what you're posting what you want your name to mean? Is what you're posting reinforcing your category positioning? If the answer is no, it might not be worth posting. You aren't just creating content anymore. You're building the brand of you. And if you want to dive deeper into how these gurus that we talked about are building their businesses around their names, watch one of these videos next.